Welcome to the Hub, where the travel industry is together under one roof. This is the morning show. I'm Pat Miller, one of the co-founders of the Hub, and I'm your host for this little thing we call the morning show, which is 30 minutes of upbeat, fun energy that we're trying to send to you so you can learn a little bit, make a little money, and feel a little bit better. That's why you come in and say hello. This is, I guarantee, not another boring Zoom meeting. We've got a killer guest today, and we've got updates on the Hub. Some Hub stars are also in the house. So during this conversation today, if you have questions or something you'd like to share, drop that into the chat, because the more vibrant the discussion, the more fun we have. But speaking of fun and vibrant, let's start with my co-founder on the Hub, Tom Brousseau. Tom, good morning. And I can see on the look of your face that you've done a little travel agenting today.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. How are you?
We're great. How are things going with the Hub? Any
Outstanding.
updates you'd like to share with us?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, as Pat mentioned, I'm still a full-time travel agent. So before the call today, I had the pleasure of doing some travel agenting, working with some clients, people wanting to rebook for next year. So I was very encouraged by that. Really excited for this morning's morning show. Very much looking forward to talking with John from Virgin Voyages about all the great things happening there. Really fits in very well to, what we're trying to accomplish here on the Hub. We want to definitely get our suppliers on morning shows like this to talk about all the new developments. We want to arm agents with the information that they need to go out there and book their clients. And hopefully all of that contributes to our recovery, contributes to all of us making more money and getting our industry back to where it needs to be. So welcome everybody, and more to come as we go, I'm sure, today. And thank you again, John, taking time out of your day to be with us.
Yeah, we're looking forward to bringing John in just a minute to hear all about Virgin and the cruise line that they're bringing on board. And I think, Tom, a little bit later, we're going to talk about some strategic upgrades that we've made to Travel Think Tank and the way the Hub is looking at our role to serve agents and suppliers moving forward. We'll talk about that later in the call. But we can't go much further without our director of our communities, Danielle Whitmore. Danielle, what's the latest with you, and how have you been?
Good. How is everyone? Yeah, things are good. It was a great week last week working on the Costa Rica community. We built up some of the content. James and Tom and I had a fantastic meeting with some hotel suppliers who are super interested. So hopefully they've signed up, they're looking around the Hub. We're going to get them on board. There's some great suppliers that I know you will all be excited to see. And then we are also starting to frame out what the Costa Rica kind of launch or destination week will be. So it was great news that Costa Rica as a destination is opening up to US travel, I believe to 6 states. James, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there are 6 states that the Costa Rica is now allowing visitors to come from, and hopefully they will open up to all of the U.S. soon. So at that time is when we kind of want to have a parallel launch and kind of generate some excitement and talk to everyone and bring some suppliers on board and really launch that destination community. So I'm also working on another community that I think everyone will be really excited to see. Another destination community and another community that is that will encompass a few destinations and one of our DMC partners that I think everyone will be excited to engage with.
Well, you're making it happen, Danielle. Thank you so much for your hard work. And it's really that kind of energy and bringing people together that we're all about. Now, on the morning show this morning, we've got an amazing guest, John Diorio, Associate VP of Sales for Virgin Voyages. John, good morning. And
Good
how
morning.
are things on the Virgin side of life?
We couldn't be doing better. We have a beautiful ship. We can't wait to show her off, but things are great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we've got a lot to dig into, and I just want to start at the top.
Yes.
As we think about Virgin Voyages, are we really just thinking about cruising with that Virgin vibe? Because there's such a strong brand vibe when it comes to Virgin. You just do things differently.
We do. If you go back through the history of Virgin, I mean, the Virgin Group has been around for 50 years, creating these amazing brands, whether it's the airline or records. We felt it was the right time to do cruise. And so if you know Richard, he's always looking to do something new if it makes sense, and kind of get into a market that he feels there are people just being underserved. And so he's had a passion for cruising since his 20s, and he really just couldn't find the right timing and the right opportunity until about 7 years ago. And it's, believe it or not, we've been around for 7 years, and we do a lot of research, and each of the Virgin companies is its own unique company, and we do a lot of research before we kind of enter into the marketplace. And there's always this secret ingredient of that Virgin vibe, right? And it's really about this unwavering commitment to being the consumer's champion. And how do we create these unique value propositions? We don't want to be just like someone else. So we put a little Virgin twist. We can be a little cheeky at times, we can be playful at times, but at the end of the day, we know it serves customers very well.
I've had the pleasure to look into Virgin just a little bit. And when you talk about being the customer champion, you don't take that lightly. Can you give us a
No.
little behind the scenes, how that comes to life in your everyday work there at Virgin? Because it's not something that's just a sign on the wall.
Right. So we think about, we really are serving two people, right? We're serving that customer experience, but for Virgin Voyages, we're also serving our first mates. How do we be good partners from day one? And so we think about things like, how do we want the customer, we have a team, we have a dedicated team that is, their job is nothing but exploring the sailor journey. Sailor is our fancy word for customers. So we've got a team of 3 people that do nothing about, think about the moment you get to the terminal and how many steps it takes to get into the terminal. What do we want them to do? What do we want them to see when they open that door? And literally every single step of the way, we have a sailor journey that we want to make sure truly has that Virgin vibe to it. And they're focused nothing but that. On our side, on the trade side of working with our partners, we think of how do we bring the right product and experience, the right tools for you to be able to bring your sailor on board for us, so they have that great journey once they come on board. It's just something, it's everything. Virgin Hotels thinks about it in the same way, and just doing things very, very differently. So it's in our DNA.
If you have questions for John as we go forward, drop into the chat and we will bring you on the call so you can get your question in. And I think in this short half-hour show, we could spend the whole half hour talking about what makes you different. But the unique thing about this show is that you're talking directly to agents and other
Correct.
suppliers. So let's make sure we really are intentional about our time. Who is the perfect sailor to go on a Virgin voyage?
Yeah, it's a great question, Pat. So since day one, since we launched, there was this feeling when we kind of launched that this brand was designed for that under 30 crowd, that millennial crowd. There was a little bit of that, oh, it sounds like it's just a big party ship. And that was never our intent. Honestly, we probably, part of that was self-inflicted based on just how we launched and some of the great parties we threw and a lot of the social media. But we wanted to come out with a bold statement that we were not like everybody else. In reality, the experience with Virgin, you have to be an adult first and foremost to travel with us. You got to be 18 years or older. You can debate whether 18-year-olds is an adult or not. I'll let you guys figure that out. But we wanted this very adult experience, and we realized that as much as we wanted to bring people who've never cruised to us for the very first time, in this market that we're in now, what we've seen over the last probably 9 months is that 80% of the people who are booking with us first and foremost have cruised before. They're looking at going, I've cruised before, we like that experience, but Virgin is doing something different. Let's give that a try. The other thing we've seen is that, and we don't like to talk about demographics very much, but for travel advisors, it's important to understand it. So we like to think of who we target are those that really have this zest for life. Age really doesn't matter. We've got people in their 90s sailing with us. We've got your 20-year-olds sailing with us. But the sweet spot for us right now is that 35 to 60 range. Our average age of our sailor right now is 48 years old. Now, that doesn't mean if you're over 60, you can't sail with us. If you're under 35, you can't. But it gives you a true sense of who's booking with us. They're existing cruisers. You can see the age range. Our pricing isn't, it isn't a $199 cruise and a $299 cruise. The price is elevated a bit for the experience that we're creating.
So let's dig in on that person some more. I would imagine if you're an advisor and you're talking to someone between 40 and 60 or 40 and 50, what are they saying to you that would make an advisor go, oh, you know what? You should go on a Virgin Voyage. Like, what are the words? What are they asking for that maybe you would want someone to then bring up Virgin as a travel option for them?
Yeah, the number one reason sailors and first mates, which is what we call our travel partners, the reason they're booking today is the adult only experience. It's the number one reason why someone is considering Virgin Voyages compared to not just other cruise lines, but other land destinations as well. We want that adult only experience. Obviously, with 80% of the people booking with us today having cruised before, they're coming back to us and saying it's the fact that you don't have kids on, and nothing against those that have kids. I've got them. My kids would love to come on daddy's ship, but they know they can't. The reality is this has been built for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of experience we're creating.
Okay, so that really helps us define.
Number one.
Yeah, that helps us define who's it for.
Yep.
Now, let's really talk about what that experience is like, because on top of just having a really strong brand that everyone assigns their own value to,
Yep.
you have real signposts. We do this, this, and this differently. Tell us about that.
We didn't want this sticker shock when you got done with your holiday. That receipt that slid underneath your door and you go, I spent what on what for 5 days, 7 days? So the great thing about Virgin Group and one of our other main investors, Bain Capital, is that they don't do anything without a lot of research. So we spent probably about 18 months researching and doing surveys of customers who have traveled on a cruise before or not. And we asked them what were their pain points. If we can solve them, we're going to create a great experience. The first thing they told us is nobody liked being nickel and dimed. And I know that's very much a travel industry phrase. I'm not sure if consumers really think about it that way, but it's what we use in the industry. And it's that having to pay for everything once you come on board, or having to pay for everything that you thought was included. Oh, I get all my meals for free, but when you get on another ship and you want to go to the steakhouse, that costs you another $40 a person. And so we decided that we were going to include, not as a promotional, but always our on us value proposition that's valued at about $600 per person. So everyone who sails with us gets all of their food included. We don't have a buffet. We have 20 plus eateries on board the ship. All of the food is made fresh to order, and it's all included. There's no upcharge to dine anywhere on our ship. We also included all of your tips and gratuities. So you don't have those awkward moments where, you get that bill and then you have to add, there's an 18% service charge, and then you have that line to add a gratuity. All of our pricing is inclusive of gratuities. We also feel at Virgin that Wi-Fi is a basic human right. So we're not charging people, car payments for Wi-Fi for a week. So we want our sailors on board posting pictures of great experiences, making their friends super jealous, telling them to call their travel agent to book that next holiday. So all the Wi-Fi is included. We also are very big about wellness. And what that means to everyone is very different. So you might have a wellness program that you have at home and you want to bring that on the ship. You may want to come on the ship and learn how to do new things. You may want to take Pilates for the first time, or learn how to do yoga, or take that spin class. All of our group fitness classes are included in your voyage fare. We're not charging you for that additional experience there. And then last but not least, we have what we call basic bevies. And this is including all of your still and sparkling water, your sodas are included, your drip coffee, and your juices. We don't have soda packages and things like that. These are the things that I think when you get that bill at the end of the voyage, you're like, it cost me how much for what? And we include it in the voyage fare, and it's really been a big differentiator for us.
It's interesting how you're positioning all this, because you're allowing someone to get away from it all, but not to get away from the things that are important to them. If someone's
Correct.
dedicated to working out, they can still do it. If someone's on a certain diet plan, they can still do it. If someone wants to be connected socially to their family and friends, they can still do it while getting away and enjoying a relaxing trip. Because sometimes you get on a boat and you either have to be someone you're not, or you have to completely leave everything behind. And it sounds like I can bring the best parts of my life and leave the work and the other stuff behind. And that to me sounds like a fantastic vacation.
It is. We like to say you can have those moments of detox or retox, whatever way you want to go on any given day. It's completely up to you.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of, you can have your own experiences. We're not about mass when we've designed the ship, and even the restaurants we have. I mean, our 6 main restaurants only hold about 200 people. It's not, think of it as this floating boutique hotel at sea. It's probably really a great way of thinking about what the experience we're trying to create when you come on board.
So if you're talking to a customer that's looking and might be perfect for a Virgin hotel, this Virgin Voyage might be a really good fit. Now, the other big thing we want to make sure that we talk about, especially with the folks that are in our audience, let's talk about your unique commission structure and what's in it for me if I connect a potential sailor and turn them into an actual sailor.
Yeah, and our commission program has evolved over the past 2 years. When we originally launched back in February of 2019, we had what we called the perfect 10. We were going to pay you 10% on everything. And when you really did the math compared to others, we did strongly feel you made more money. But I think as advisors, when you see that 10%, there's this stigmatism that sticks in people's mind of, 10%? Why would I sell that if I can get 13 or 15 or 16 from someone else? And when we explained it, it made sense. During this kind of period we're in now where things are a bit quiet, we took this opportunity of saying, what would we want to do to really double down on our investment in the travel advisor community? And so we took some of the learnings from a lot of different travel advisors and our strategic partners, and we said, now's the time to change things up. So as of July 1st, we moved to a flat 16% commission on the voyage fare, and we now pay 10% commission on all pre-voyage sales. We still do not have these pesky non-commissionable fares, so we have no NCFs. We pay 16% on the voyage fare and 10% on all pre-voyage sales. And the great thing about that 10% on the pre-voyage sales is it's anything you sell to your sailor or they purchase before they set sail. So they may have the Virgin Voyages app. They're about 30 days out from sailing, and they decide they want to book a shore excursion. We call those shore things. As long as they do it before they sail, you still get the 10% commission on it. They call our call center and they want to add something. For whatever reason they don't call you, you still get commission on it. Anything that is bought pre-voyage, you make that 10% commission on.
And as we're talking about your relationship with advisors, what else is Virgin doing to support advisors right now? Because booking anything at this moment is a great thing for all of us. Is there anything else that you can put forth that advisors would want to hear about as you're trying to help us close sailors for your voyages?
Yeah, I think the key thing right now for us is we know we need you to experience Scarlet Lady. We need you to understand what that product is. And we've had a lot of great advisors that have taken that leap of faith with us and saying, you know what, we believe that you're going to deliver that Virgin-esque type product. We're comfortable with it. but we also know we need to get a lot of you on the board the ship to truly experience it so that you can bring that knowledge back. We know that's important. And as we think about setting sail, we're thinking about how do we bring as many as you as we can on board the ship before we actually have that first, paid sailing. We'll eventually look at what we call first mate rates, where you can actually buy your way on when the timing is right. It's really the one thing. If we surveyed 100 travel advisors, 80 of them would say, "Oh, we love the product. We think it's great. I want to experience it first." And we get that. You have the trust that you have with that client of yours. You can't risk it, and we know that that's important. So we're looking at ways to get more of you on board to experience it, so you can better sell it.
Well, something to keep in your head here at the Hub, we have a growing list of hyper-engaged advisors that are working hard to get better and grow. And if you wanted to make those opportunities available to our members,
Oh, count on it.
we'd be all ears.
Okay.
We have to ask the question, and we won't spend a lot of time here because
Sure.
I'm sure it's all documented online and it looks great. But can you just address how Virgin Voyages is handling the virus in case one of our
Sure.
sailors were to ask?
Yeah. So there's probably nothing more important that gets asked of any of the cruise lines, in hotels, anywhere. So probably about 2 months ago, we launched what we call our Voyage Well program. And we took a step back and we said, this isn't just about cleaning the elevator buttons more. We need to take this a step farther. So we worked with a couple different companies, Atmos Air being one of them. Atmos Air is a technology that we're installing on our ships now that basically disinfects the air. 99.9% of all viruses are killed through this system that we have. So all of the air on the ship is basically treated to help just make it a safe environment for that. We're going to look at, our ambition is to have testing before you come on board. We need the testing to catch up from an industry standpoint. So that's our ambition there. We'll obviously do a lot more cleaning, but the key thing to think about outside of social distancing and all that stuff is a lot of the experiences we created 3 years ago that were really about creating that great experience when you came on board have now turned into really a health and safety benefit. For example, we've never planned on having a buffet. There is no big buffet area. There's no big dining hall. So for us, it was like, okay, we still have no buffets. All the food is made fresh to order. When you sail with us, everybody will get this bracelet that we call the band. And it's really this contactless experience. So you open your room with your band, you pay for things with your band, you're not signing papers and such. We took it a step further and said, when you are talking to customer service on the ship, why do you have to stand in line? So we decided, let's just get rid of the lines. So if you want to talk to our crew and you've got something to work on, we have a virtual queue that you can get entered into through the app or the tablet in our room. So you don't have to necessarily be in line with 40 people. And just these little things we put in place to make the experience a little bit better. But they were designed before all of these health and safety protocols came into place.
So let's talk about the big thing. Tell us about the Scarlet Lady and the other ships that are coming into the fleet.
So we're building 4 ships. Scarlet Lady, we took delivery of her in February of this year on Valentine's Day. And obviously we had great plans for March and April, but those are on hold at the moment. So Scarlet Lady is going to be based out of Miami year round. She's doing 4 and 5 night sailings from in the Caribbean. Believe it or not, Ship 2 is already in the water. All of the interiors are being put in place now. So Valiant Lady will set sail next summer. She'll spend her May through October of 2021 based out of Barcelona doing 3 different 7-night Mediterranean sailings with just some amazing ports we're going to. And then just because the momentum is there, Ship 3 is now in dry dock. We're starting to put Ship 3 together already. we'll probably take delivery of her sometime in the summer of 2022. So, you know, it's full steam ahead with all the plans we have for our different ships. And we have this beautiful ship, Scarlet Lady. She's in Genoa right now. We're putting all those kind of health and safety protocols in place, but she is beautiful. We can't wait to sail on her. And hopefully we'll bring her back over here soon.
Last call for questions from anyone in the chat. If there's something you'd like to know from John, please drop it in now. But John, is there anything we haven't covered that you would want advisors to know? I mean, picture you're talking to some of the best, most connected advisors in the country right now. What do you want them to take away from our conversation that we haven't touched on already?
One thing I would say is if you haven't engaged with any of our sales managers, engage with them. They want to talk to you. We've got 7 amazing sales managers across North America. We work with you based on where you live, and we want to build those connections with you. So and I can send this over to you, Pat and Tom, a list of all of our sales managers based on where they are, but engage with us. If we haven't reached out to you, we'll reach out, but we want to work with you and just take you through. I mean, we could spend a good hour and a half showing you all of these real pictures of all the spaces on the ship. That's all we have right now until we can get you on. So it's great to take that deep dive about all the restaurants, all the entertainment, all the different onboard spaces that are just going to allow you to better sell the product. So engage with us. We want to talk to you.
And maybe the answer to this question, you just shared it, but Randy has a question. Randy, go ahead.
Hey, John, great presentation.
Hey, Randy.
Just curious, you talked earlier about online brochure. Where can we find that? And then number 2, do you guys have anything in place yet where we can go and use social banners or anything like that to help promote the brand?
Yeah, that's a great question, Randy. So our travel advisor portal is called firstmates.com. You have to register there first and foremost to do business with us. That's first and foremost. Within firstmates.com, we have hundreds of images that you can use for your own social media posts. And what we did with all the images, we just didn't throw the image up there for you to download. We show you a picture of what it is. Let's say it's Pink Agave, our Mexican restaurant, but you can actually download that image in about 6 or 7 different formats already formatted for Instagram stories, Instagram feed, Facebook, all different versions, web, email. So we make it very easy for you to do that. We have a lot of different CGI videos that kind of walk you through the ship, walk you through our beach club in Bimini, the different suites we have. And so all of that content lives there. We do have some social media packs that are designed for you to, promote certain things. Honestly, we haven't done a great job of adding more to that recently. So we're in the process of adding more of that. How do you talk about Virgin? So one of the things we want you to be able to do is how to use the right language to get across the right message. So you're going to see more of that added there, but firstmates.com is where everything lives. Don't go to firstmate singular. You'll get nothing but dog food there. Go to firstmatesplural.com.
But firstmate.com, I'm surprised that's a dog food place. So let's just be grateful it's that and not something else. Right? Well, listen, I hope in today's conversation you picked up the vibe of what Tom and I and Danielle and others are trying to build here. We want to connect great suppliers like you with our outstanding travel advisors and make sure that this is a collaborative place to help you and help us. So hopefully this is the first of many conversations with Virgin Voyages and the Hub. John Diorio, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. It's great being here.
It's our pleasure. Everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So, Tom, let's talk about what we're doing on Thursday because we have not an update, but a unique perspective that we're going to add for a bit to the Travel Think Tank program starting on Thursday. Can you talk about that?
Yes, absolutely. So on last week's Think Tank, we had a really good discussion, and we were talking about where things stand and talking a little bit about some customer perceptions and where our clients are at. And we're very excited because this Thursday we're going to be continuing on that theme, and we're really going to take it to another level because we want to start to talk about what we're calling a return to prosperity mission. That is, what are the strategies, what are the tactics, what are the actions that are needed that we can all work through that we can brainstorm and create a shared vision for how we can get back to where we were and even better, in the next 6 to 8 months. So we want to share that. We hope that everybody can make that think tank on Thursday, because it really is all hands on deck to to continue on our cruise theme for today. It really is an all hands on deck conversation about developing this mission and developing a game plan for how we return to prosperity as an industry and what each of us can contribute to that. Excuse me. And really, I think that's the vision. That's what the hub is all about. In conversations like we had today with John, I think a vibrant, exciting product like Virgin Voyages entering the marketplace and really getting people excited about cruising, about everything new and exciting that Virgin does, can be a great point of how we get things moving again. So we definitely want to focus on that. So that's the game plan. More to come on that, but it really is going to be our workshop, our path forward to how we all can work together on the hub to return to prosperity that we all very much need. So that's the game plan.
And we're a little bit over time, but I do want you to talk just for a second. Maybe Danielle will jump in on this too. If you're an agent on the call or you're watching the call, I want you to know what we're doing behind the scenes to get the most out of our supplier partnerships. So we're listening to what they need and how we can get what you need from them. So can you talk just for a second about the suppliers call that we're going to do? Because I think that really puts proof in the pudding of what the hub is all about.
Sure. So our game plan is, we're going to be about a month old here in a week or so, which is crazy because
hard to believe.
We feel like we've been here for a long time doing this, and we've put a lot of time and energy and effort into this. But really, as a live entity in the travel business, we've been here for 3 weeks. And so, I think we've made some tremendous strides. And, a lot of that credit goes to, the agents that are supporting us, the suppliers that are supporting us, to the addition of Danielle to our team. And now we're going to start to take things to the next level. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is next week we're going to be having a supplier roundtable. And the goal of that is, we want to pull together all of our supplier partners and supporters, and even people who aren't yet on the hub, because we want to talk about how can we utilize the hub to help our suppliers. What do the suppliers need from us? What could we be doing better? Where's the opportunities for improvement? And, we want to have this dialogue and build this community together. And one of the ways we do that is that we get feedback and we listen to what people say and we act upon it. And so that's the next step in this process. It very much fits in with the Return to Prosperity mission that we're building, because this is for everyone. This is not just the travel agent opportunity. This is also for our suppliers working together with us to make this successful. So watch for more information on that. I think that's going to be a great conversation and really going to, put the next 2 to 3 months in a very good perspective in terms of what the hub will bring to the market.
Well, thanks for your leadership on that. And thank you, Danielle, for being epic and our hub destination specialist. And thanks to John for all the behind the scenes info on Virgin Voyages. Best of luck to you. That's putting a wrap on the Hub Morning Show for August 25th. I'm Pat Miller, co-founder of the Hub and your host for today. We will talk to you on Thursday for Travel Think Tank. See you then.